So I know this is really different than how I filmed before, but I want to try something a little bit different with my DSLR since I really kind of want to just stick to using my mirrorless for vlogging and things like that. So I hope that's okay. And if I cut out looking towards like the side, that's just me looking at the monitor to make sure things are still in frame, because I didn't want to move my monitor in front of me, which honestly now seems like a really stupid and lazy idea, but I'm lazy, I'm pregnant, that's okay. So this is a bit late. I've been doing these really late, but it is my bump date. So I actually filmed this before, but I just wasn't in a good space with everything that was going on, so I really kind of wanted to redo it, and I kind of wanted to do it differently. So we'll see how well this all works out. So currently I am 26 and a half weeks, 26 weeks and 3 days, and I would say not much has changed since my last update. At 20 weeks I believe I did it, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so hard to believe that 6 weeks have already gone by. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been 6 weeks. But 2 weeks ago I had my 24 week appointment, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what Steven and I expected either. So for the 24-week appointment, we went in expecting it to be a quick appointment, and it wasn't like it was a long appointment or anything like that. What we expected was to be told that, you know, I'll have to do like the typical test that you take at 28 weeks, minus the glucose test, because I already took the glucose test, and I passed that, as in it came back negative, no problems with gestational diabetes when I took it. But we were expecting me to have to go do some blood work for subclinical hypothyroidism, because when I had my first blood work done, that came back as a problem. So that's all we were really expecting. When we walked in, my midwife told me that I'd be meeting with an OB, because it didn't look like my placenta was progressing far enough up quickly enough, and so there might be a chance of me having a C-section instead of a natural birth, which my mom was excited about because she thinks C-sections are awesome. I really want to have a natural birth. So that was a surprise, and then I had to take the glucose test again, because even though it was negative, as I said before, I was actually having some problems digesting certain processed foods and whatnot, and so I'm going to take that again, but I'm taking the 2-hour test instead of the 1-hour test, where I have to fast, and so I'm not really looking forward to that. I guess it was just another shock on top of like the shock that was already happening with everything in the family, to hear that I would have to be tested for those things again, and then that there was a possibility of me having a C-section, because that's just something we weren't expecting or looking forward to. One of the good things about this though is I do get to see my baby again, because there is the possibility of me needing a C-section. They really need to look at the placenta. I get to have a 3rd ultrasound, and I may actually get a 4th, which to some people, like I know a couple of my friends, they got ultrasounds like every single time they went to see their midwife or their OBGYN, but my midwife strongly believes in not getting so many ultrasounds done. So the original plan was 2 ultrasounds, maybe 3. Now it's 3, maybe 4. So that's exciting. I get to see my baby again in 2 weeks. Symptoms I have been experiencing. I realize in the past couple ones I haven't really talked about my symptoms, and that's because I haven't had many symptoms the way that I feel like most other women typically get when they're pregnant. But I've had a couple. the slowing down of the metabolism for me is really, really real. And unfortunately for me, when my metabolism slows down, I can't eat that much, and so I'm having a really hard time eating. And the slow metabolism, coupled with the fact that I'm having acid reflux problems and heartburn, just makes it so difficult to like eat. So the other day we had like tortellini, and I had 3 pieces and I just could not keep down any more food. I'm just like, I've only had 3 pieces of pasta all day. How can I not keep anything else down? But I honestly could not keep it down. Edison's been moving and kicking around a lot. He's kicking around a lot right now. And so that's been leading to a lot of discomfort laying down. I'm honestly finding it more comfortable to lay on my back. Like, I can't lay on my stomach anymore. Like, that's all done. But I find it really comfortable to lay on my back. But I know that's not good for my internal organs. And so I'm trying to lay on my side. Right now, laying on my right side is actually more comfortable than laying on my left. But I know laying on the left is what they recommend, and so I'm trying my best to lay on my left. I am using a full body pillow, but I found like using a little pillow just to support my tummy has actually been working out better for me than anything else. And so now I just really use a little tiny pillow to support my belly. But other than that, the only thing that's really getting to me is his moving around. And my mom and my midwife thought it was really like just extraordinary that I was feeling him as much as I am because of where my placenta is located. It is interior, which means it's in the front, which should be like buffering a lot of his movements, but he is a really, really strong kicker. So I think I'm going to be enrolling him into martial arts like as soon as he's born, because he needs to expel all that extra energy. One more thing, my weight gain. So I wanted to mention this just because this is something that I've been talking about a lot, and it's one of the things that worries me, and I'm trying not to be worried about it. I'm coming to peace that my body's going to do what my body is going to do. I have gained like a lot of weight in my face, and I feel like you can tell that I'm pregnant just by looking at my face. As far as my actual body goes, I have not gained that much weight. I have netted 1 pound now, and I'm really happy about that. But I'm not really gaining that much weight, but every check-in I've gone to, my doctor says my belly has grown the proportionate size that it should be. And so it looks like he is growing. And the last time that we did see him at 20 weeks, even though we weren't able to fully measure him, he was, you could tell that he was a very lanky baby, and it did look like he was putting on an appropriate amount of weight. So we'll see again in 2 weeks, and I'll probably try to do an update in 2 weeks. I'll probably try to do these immediately after I go to my appointments. It's just like I said, last one was really, really hard for me because just, I don't know, hearing that I might have to do a C-section. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman who gets a C-section. Like, having a C-section is just as much as delivering as doing it naturally. It's just, for me, I really, really want to try to do it naturally. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this update now that I'm in a better space and not rambling. And I will show you guys my belly bump.